In the last video, we broke down how Kanye West lost his charisma using Cobain's 3 pillars model. If you haven't seen that, go watch it right after this. It'll fill in all of the blanks. But here's the question that video left you unanswered. The 3 pillars, they tell you what charisma is made of, but they don't tell you what kind of charismatic person you are. Because here is something most people get completely wrong about charisma. They think there's just one version, one archetype, the loud, confident, magnetic person who owns every room they walk into. Wrong. Think about the 2 most charismatic people you've ever met. Chances are they were nothing alike. One might have been quiet, warm, the kind of person who makes you feel instantly at ease. The other one might have been electric, certain, the kind of person the whole room orbits around without them saying a word. So how are both of these people charismatic at the same time? It's because charisma has styles. 4 of them. And today, you're going to find out exactly which style you are and what your blind spot is. Olivia Fox Cabane, the Harvard and Stanford researcher behind the most rigorous studies of charisma. Genuinely, she's insane when she comes to this. I appreciate her work immensely. She identified 4 distinct charisma styles. And what's fascinating about this model is that every style is genuinely powerful. None of them are better than the others. Each one has a shadow side though. A specific way it breaks down when it's not developed properly. Most people are unconsciously living in this shadow side, which is why their charisma feels inconsistent, or it only works in certain situations. The 4 styles are focus, visionary, kindness, and authority. As I break down each one, I want you to listen for the one that sounds most like you. Not the one you want to be, but the one you actually are. That is where you can start to grow. For the first style, we have the listener. Focus charisma is built on just one thing: presence. Complete, undivided, almost uncomfortable levels of attention. Focus charismatic people are not the loudest in the room. They're often the least expressive. But when they turn their attention toward you, you feel it. You feel like the most important person in the world for that entire moment. That feeling is extraordinarily powerful because almost no one makes people feel that way. Think about Warren Buffett in interviews. He doesn't perform. He doesn't try to impress. He just listens. Really listens. And then he answers slowly, deliberately, completely. You feel like he genuinely considered what you said before responding. People leave conversations with him feeling smarter and more valued than when they arrived. That is the pinnacle of focus charisma. The shadow side, without warmth behind it, that level of intensity can be unsettling. Like you're being studied rather than heard. People can't quite put their finger on why you make them feel slightly uncomfortable. But that's why. You're probably a focused charismat if people always come to you with their problems, or you're brilliant one-on-one. But the moment you're in a group or you need to project energy across a room, something gets lost. And for the second style, we have the believer. Visionary charisma does not come from talent. It doesn't come from status, and it doesn't come from credentials. It comes solely from one thing: absolute, unshakable belief in something bigger than yourself. Visionary, charismatic people make you believe it too. They paint a picture of the world as it could be, and your brain almost involuntarily wants to follow them there. This is one of the most infectious styles of charisma that exists. It completely bypasses logic and goes straight into emotion. Steve Jobs didn't just sell computers. He sold a vision. That technology could be an extension of human creativity. That one person with a laptop could change the world. Whether you agreed with him or not, you felt it. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't say, "I have a plan." He said, "I have a dream." That's not an accident. Visionary charisma works through emotion, not logic. Always. The dark side? Visionary charisma without warmth is often cult-like. People follow the vision, but not the person. And that is a fragile, dangerous kind of influence. History has enough examples of this used incorrectly. There's a chance you're this style if you light up when you talk about ideas you love. People call you passionate or intense, or you can move a room when you speak about something you truly have conviction in. But one-on-one, you sometimes forget to make the other person in front of you feel seen. You're thinking about the vision when you should be thinking about the person in front of you. The third style is the connector. Kindness charisma is the most underestimated style on this list. People hear kindness and they think soft, nice, forgettable. They are completely wrong. Kindness charisma is built on one of the most powerful emotional signals a human being can send: unconditional acceptance. When a kindness charismat looks at you, you feel no judgment, no agenda, no sense that they're evaluating you or they're waiting for their turn to speak. Just a genuine, open warmth. And that feeling of being truly accepted exactly as you are is one of the most compelling experiences in human interaction. Oprah Winfrey built a billion-dollar empire on almost exclusively kindness charisma. Watch any interview she's done. The guest doesn't feel interviewed. They feel heard. She creates a psychological safety so complete that people open up in ways they never expected. People cried on that couch, not just because they were emotional, but because they felt genuinely seen. Probably for the first time in years. That is kindness charisma at its highest level. The shadow? Kindness charisma without power gets exploited. People love you, but they do not respect you in the way that commands a room. You're everyone's favorite, but you're not always taken seriously when it counts. You fit the bill if strangers open up to you unusually quick. You're described as easy to talk to, warm, a good listener, but people often underestimate you, or you struggle to hold authority in high-stakes situations, meetings, negotiations, or confrontations. And for the last style, we have the commander. Authority charisma is the most immediately felt of all four styles. It's the charisma of someone who walks into a room and something shifts. People straighten up. Conversations lower. It commands attention before a single word is spoken. It's built on signals of power, posture, stillness, certainty of speech, and most importantly, the complete absence of nervous behavior. No filler words, no unnecessary movement, no seeking of approval. Authority charismatic people don't ask for the room's attention. They simply have it. Obama is the clearest modern example. Watch him pause before answering a difficult question. Most people will fill the silence with as many words as they can. Obama just waits. That silence you just felt, that is authority. His body never rushes, his voice never rises defensively. He projects the total calm of someone who has already decided he belongs in a room when he enters. That is authority charisma at its peak. The shadow, authority charisma without warmth, is intimidating rather than inspiring. People comply, but they do not connect. They respect you from a distance, but you will never get the loyalty that warmth can create. You are definitely this style of charisma if you naturally take charge in groups, or people describe you as a confident and intense person. One-on-one, however, you struggle to make the other person feel at ease. There's this barrier between you and that real connection. You know it's there. You just can't bring it down. And here's the lesson you can take home. Your natural charisma style isn't a limitation. It's a foundation. The most charismatic people alive aren't locked in one style. They've developed their natural style to the highest degree, and they just borrowed from the others to fill the gaps. Obama leads with authority, but watch him one-on-one and you'll see real kindness charisma. Oprah leads with kindness, but she has genuine authority when she needs it. Jobs was visionary to his core, but the focus he brought to product design was legendary. The goal isn't to be all four. It's not to be a jack of all trades. It's to know which one is yours, develop it fully, and then strategically add from the other ones where you're weakest. So what style's yours? Drop in the comments down below, focus, visionary, kindness, or authority. And if you're not sure, that's really important information. It means if you haven't found your natural foundation yet, we can fix that inside Just Unshakable. If you want the full breakdown of all 4 styles with specific exercises and techniques for developing and strengthening each one, it's all inside Just Unshakable. And this costs half the amount that Spotify does. Genuinely insane. And that's only for the premium. It's up to you, man. There's a deep dive on all the modules I cover here. Links in the description. It's 30 seconds to join. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. That's the best thing you can do to help that person. I'll see you in the next one, brother. Look after yourself.